Welcome back to this Linux course. We have seen some small things in the basics of Linux. We started with what is Linux, what is the directory structure, then certain commands of the Linux. Now we will start with more advanced features of Linux and how can different users can be added into the Linux system and how can we manage the permissions for a particular file or for a particular directory. What are different permissions for a user, what are different permissions for a group. So to begin with, let's start and use a command to log in as a root. So to log in as a root, we use the command sudo -i. It asks for your password. So let me enter the password. I'm very wrong in typing the password, so I've typed again. It asks again. Again, some mistake has been made by me in the password. Let's see. Yes, now the password is correct, and we have entered into the root. We have entered into the root directory. We have logged in as a root user, that is a super user. Now after entering into this user, we'll use a command to add more users into our system. So the command which we use is add user and name of the user. So add user u1. It says that adding user u1 and it asks for a password. We type a password for it. It asks retype password. The password is retyped. Skip all these things, the details of the users. It asks whether it is right, so we say yes, and a user has been added as by the name of u1. So let's add another user u2. It asks for a password. I have given a password for it. Skip all these things and it says the information is correct, yes, and two users have been added. If we wish to see these users, go in home directory. You can find over here that two directories have been created, u1 and u2, and these are the username and the group name for the users. Now let's log in into one of this user by using the command login, and we give the username u1 password. You can find that we have logged in into u1 user. We have logged into u1 user. So if I list the directories over here or the files over here, it does not have got any file or any directory. Let's create a file f1 in this user. So for creating a file, we have used the command which we have already seen, that is the cat command, and a file has been created. Now let's see the permissions of the files in this directory. So this is the file f1. Now how to know about the permissions? These thing which has been highlighted, it tells about the permissions. What is it? R, W and dash. These are the three permissions. R means read, W means write, and instead of dash it is X if the permission is there, which is known as execute. So the first dash tells that it is a file. If it is a directory, then instead of this dash it would become D. Then after the three symbols R, W, dash, it represents R is for read, W is for write, and X is for execute. This is the permissions which is available on this file for a particular user. So u1 user has a permission to read and write this file, but he does not have the permission to execute this file. Similarly, the other three things, R, W and dash, this is for the group. A user belongs to a particular group, so all the users of that group can read and write, but they cannot execute. Similarly, the other three things, it tells about read, write and execute for others, irrespective of users and irrespective of members of the group. This is the permission for others. So others can read the file, but they cannot write into the file. So this is what a permission is. So a file is divided into three permissions. One is read, second is write, and the third is execute, which is divided in three groups. So we call it RWX hyphen RWX and RWX. The first RWX is for user itself, second is for the members of the group, and third is for all others. So if we see to this file belongs to user U1 and it is associated with group U1. It is associated with group U1. It is associated with group U1. Now, if I exit from it and let's go back to the root directory, we have got another user, that is U2. Before we log in into U2, let's see the permissions for U1 and U2. So if you see that this is a U2 user and this is a U1 user, or a U2 directory and a U1 directory. So if we see this U2 directory and a U1 directory, so these are the permissions for U1 and U2. The D denotes the directory over here. In the coming lectures, we will study the permissions of U1 and U2. So U1 belongs to group U1 and U2 belongs to group U2. So for file U1, so for file F1, U2 is in others category. U2 is in others category. So let's log in into U2. So we have logged in into U2 and let's see if we can read the file F1 which is there in U1 directory, So we have seen that others have got the read permission, but they do not have the write permission. But can we read the file U1? Let's check this. Can we read the file F1 from U2? So let's check this. So yes, we are able to read, and this thing we have read. Hi, how are you? So F1 was having a permission to read from others, so others can read it. Similarly, to reach till F1, the same permission should be there with home directory and the same permission should be there with U1 directory, that others can read the contents. So it means that both the directories were having the permission. We have seen the permission for F1, but we have not seen for home and U1, which we'll be seeing afterwards. Now let's try to write something into this directory, to write something into this file. So as soon as we try to write something into this file, it says permission denied. Why is it saying permission denied? If you remember, in the very beginning we said that F1, if I check the permission again for F1, sitting from over this path only, let's see what was the permission for F1. You see that the permission for others, only read was allowed, write was not allowed. Therefore it gives us a permission is denied. We cannot write into the file because U2, I am trying to write into the file from the user U2, and U2 does not belong to the U1 group, so others cannot write into this file. So this is what the permissions play a role, and we can change the permissions. In the further videos we'll be seeing that how can we change the permissions and what are the permissions which are given to a particular directory also.